Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time it's all about you, the listener, your interest in this connection between mindset and achieving success.
Yeah.
Specifically success in business and finance.
Right.
Now to help us dig into this a little bit deeper,
Yeah.
we have a couple of really cool sources.
Okay.
So first up, we have an article by Forbes Business Council member Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
Okay.
And this guy is seriously impressive.
Oh, yeah.
He built a multi-billion NIDERA business empire
Wow.
from just
$10.
in just 15 years.
15.
So we'll be taking a close look at his journey and the mindset principles he emphasizes.
Sounds fascinating.
And for our second source, we have an article from the Baker Private Wealth Specialists blog,
Okay.
which is all about, you guessed it,
Mindset.
the impact of mindset on both your business and your personal finances.
Got it.
So we're going to explore the core principles of what they call the success-oriented mindset.
And see how those principles actually play out in both of these articles.
Makes sense.
We'll sprinkle in some real-world examples,
Love it.
and hopefully we'll uncover some aha moments for you along the way.
Awesome.
So those are our sources for this deep dive.
Okay.
Now, most of you listening are probably already pretty familiar with the idea of a growth mindset,
Yeah, I think so.
like that basic definition.
Right.
But what we want to do today is really dive into the specifics of how you can actually apply a growth mindset to be successful,
Okay.
and specifically how it relates to business and finance.
Right.
So before we get into the strategies,
Mm-hmm.
can you give us a refresher on what exactly defines a growth mindset?
Sure. The Baker Private Wealth Specialist article defines it as the belief in one's ability to learn and improve.
Oh, I like that.
It's that I can attitude.
Okay.
It's about embracing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than seeing them as threats or reasons to give up.
Okay.
So someone with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, might believe that their abilities are basically set in stone.
So like applied to investing,
Yeah.
a fixed mindset person might just avoid it altogether.
Oh, totally. They might say, I'm just not good with money.
Yeah. But someone with that growth mindset, they might embrace that learning curve,
Absolutely.
knowing that they can develop their financial literacy over time.
That's exactly it. And that willingness to learn and adapt,
Yeah.
that's essential for success in any field, especially in the world of business and finance.
Which moves us perfectly to Dr. Akintayo's story.
Right.
I mean, turning $10 into
It's
billions.
incredible.
That is a pretty compelling example
Absolutely.
of what a growth mindset can achieve.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what I find fascinating about his story isn't just the scale of the success,
Yeah.
but the principles that underline it.
Oh, okay.
You know, he stresses that mindset is like the cornerstone of wealth creation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
He actually compares the wealth-building mindset to that of a lion or an eagle.
Oh, wow.
Creatures that rule their domains despite any physical limitations.
That's a powerful analogy.
I think so.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
some people might hear Dr. Akintayo's story and think, oh, that's an exception, not the rule.
Right.
So how do we take those principles and apply them to our everyday lives?
That's a great question. While his achievements are extraordinary, the underlying principles, they can resonate with anyone
Okay.
who's striving for success. You know, it's not about starting with a specific amount of money.
Right.
It's about adopting that same mentality, that same drive to learn, grow, and overcome obstacles.
Okay.
It's about seeing possibilities where others might see limitations.
So it's less about the $10
Yeah,
and more about the mindset he brought to the table.
exactly. Now, both of our sources offer some practical strategies for actually cultivating this mindset.
Okay, let's get into that.
One strategy that they both emphasize is focusing on long-term vision rather than just chasing those quick wins.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What does that look like in practice?
Well, Dr. Akintayo talks about the importance of delaying gratification and prioritizing long-term value.
Okay.
He says in his article, develop the habit of delaying gratification, whether it's holding off on unnecessary expenses or choosing investments that may take longer to pay off but offer greater value down the road.
So instead of like immediately spending that bonus on a fancy vacation,
Right.
a growth mindset person might invest it in a retirement account or use it to further their education,
exactly.
something that will lead to greater financial security down the road.
Yes. It's about making those strategic decisions today that align with your ultimate goals,
Got it.
even if it requires some patience and sacrifice in the short term.
Yeah.
And this principle applies not just to finance, but to business decisions, career choices, and even personal development.
So both Dr. Acantayo and the Baker private wealth specialists seem to agree that patience and strategic decision-making are key.
Absolutely.
What other strategies do they recommend for cultivating this success mindset?
Well, we've been talking about long-term vision, but what about those limiting beliefs?
Oh, yeah, those things that can hold us back.
Yeah, the invisible barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential.
It's like thinking, I could never start my own business.
Yeah.
Or investing is way too risky for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those thoughts can be really crippling.
Yeah, for sure.
So identifying those beliefs and then challenging them is crucial.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we challenge those beliefs?
Dr. Acantayo has a great tip.
Oh, what is it?
He says, surround yourself with positive influences,
Oh, I like that.
people who inspire you,
Yeah.
who challenge you to think bigger.
So it's like creating an environment that supports growth
Exactly.
rather than feeding those self-limiting beliefs.
Yes. And part of challenging those beliefs is being willing to step outside of your comfort zone.
Okay.
Both sources really emphasize the importance of embracing calculated risks.
Now, this is where I think a lot of people get tripped up.
Right.
The idea of taking risks can be scary.
Yeah, especially when it comes to business and finance.
Yeah, like your livelihood is on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
But I appreciate how Dr. Acantayo approaches this.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't advocate just blindly jumping into the unknown.
Yeah.
He emphasizes research,
Yeah.
risk mitigation,
Uh-huh.
and adaptability,
So it's about
being strategic,
Yeah.
informed.
not just being like reckless.
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
So a calculated risk could be like investing in a new product line after you've done thorough market research,
Okay.
or starting a side hustle while you're still maintaining your day job.
I like that.
Yeah, just having that safety net,
Yeah,
but also dipping your toes into something new.
absolutely.
Speaking of being informed,
Mm-hmm.
both of our sources talk about continuous learning
Oh,
and
yeah.
personal development.
Huge.
Dr. Acantayo, he's a huge advocate for financial literacy.
Okay.
He encourages everyone to educate themselves on things like budgeting, saving,
Yeah.
investing,
Okay.
retirement planning.
Got it.
He really stresses the need to understand basic financial concepts
Like what kind of concepts?
like compound interest,
Okay.
asset allocation,
Mm-hmm.
risk management.
So it's not just about learning how to make money.
Right.
It's about managing it wisely
Absolutely.
and making it work for you in the long term.
Exactly. The Baker private wealth specialists add that continuous learning is also essential for staying updated
Yeah.
on market trends,
Mm.
investment strategies,
Yeah.
and evolving financial principles.
It's like anything else.
Yeah.
The more you learn, the more confident you become.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Long-term vision, challenging those limiting beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
embracing those calculated risks,
Yes.
and continuous learning.
Yes.
Are there any other key elements of this mindset?
Yes. Both sources highlight the power of gratitude and abundance.
Oh, interesting.
Dr. Acantayo actually suggests starting each day with a gratitude practice.
Oh, wow.
Just taking a moment to reflect
Okay.
on all the good things in your life.
I've actually tried that.
Have you?
Yeah, I incorporated a gratitude practice into my own routine.
That's great.
And I gotta say, it really does make a difference.
It does. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and just focus on what we're lacking.
Right.
But taking a moment to appreciate what we already have,
Yeah.
it can shift your perspective.
Big time.
And the Baker private wealth specialists talk about how focusing on abundance
Okay.
can actually attract positive energy and opportunities.
So it's not just about like feeling good.
Oh,
It's about
yeah.
creating a mindset
Yes,
that's open to receiving more good things.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
about believing there's enough to go around
Yeah.
and that you are worthy of abundance.
Now, we've talked a lot about how these strategies can help us cultivate a success-oriented mindset.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to address how this actually plays out in business and personal finance.
Yes, definitely.
So let's get specific. How does having a growth mindset actually impact our decisions and actions in those areas? Okay, so let's talk about how this growth mindset actually plays out, in the real world of business and finance. What does it look like in action?
Well, for entrepreneurs, a growth mindset can be incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
Think back to Dr. Acantayo.
Mhm.
He faced so many challenges while building his business.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But that growth mindset allowed him to adapt and innovate and persevere.
So he was constantly learning from his experiences
Exactly.
and using those lessons to, refine his approach.
Right. He didn't let those setbacks define him.
Yeah.
He saw them as opportunities for growth.
And that same mindset can be applied to personal finance too, right?
Absolutely. The Baker Private Wealth Specialists, they emphasize that a growth mindset can help you make smarter financial decisions, set more ambitious goals, and bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me from both sources is this idea of reframing our beliefs around wealth and abundance.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like instead of thinking, I could never afford that,
Right.
we start asking ourselves, how can I make that happen?
It's a subtle shift, but it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
That change in perspective opens up a world of possibilities. It encourages you to take action, to learn new skills, to explore different investment options, to find creative ways to increase your income.
So it's about taking ownership of your financial future
Yeah.
rather than,
Yeah.
feeling like a victim of your circumstances.
Absolutely. And this ties into another important aspect of a growth mindset, resilience.
Okay, resilience.
Yeah.
How does that play in?
Well, financial setbacks are inevitable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But with a growth mindset, you view those setbacks as opportunities to learn, adjust your strategies, and come back stronger.
So instead of getting discouraged and giving up,
Right.
you use those experiences to refine your approach.
Exactly. You get back on track.
Now, it's important to acknowledge that maintaining a growth mindset isn't always easy, right?
It's not. We all have those moments of self-doubt and fear.
Yeah, those moments when the inner critic takes over.
Right. It starts whispering like, you're not good enough.
Yeah, or you're going to fail.
Exactly. But the key is not letting those thoughts control you.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, the Baker Private Wealth Specialists, they offer some great advice. They talk about the importance of self-reflection, mindfulness, and building a supportive network.
Okay, so self-reflection helps us identify those negative thought patterns.
Right.
Mindfulness allows us to observe those thoughts without judgment.
Yeah.
And a supportive network provides encouragement and accountability.
And don't underestimate the power of mentorship.
Oh yeah, having a mentor is huge.
Both Dr. Akintayo and the Baker Private Wealth Specialists, they emphasize finding people who have already achieved what you aspire to.
It's like having a roadmap
Yeah,
and a guide for your journey.
exactly. They've been there. They've done that.
Yeah.
And they can help you navigate the path ahead.
Okay, so for our listeners who are, ready to start cultivating this growth mindset, what are some tangible steps they can take today?
Start by paying attention to your thoughts. When you encounter a challenge, just notice how you react.
Okay.
Do you tend to focus on the negative, or do you look for opportunities to learn and grow?
So becoming aware of our thought patterns, that's the first step.
Then, once you've identified those negative or limiting beliefs, challenge them.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support it?
So it's about questioning those automatic negative thoughts.
Exactly, rather than just accepting them as facts.
And another thing that we've talked about, surround yourself with positive influences.
Yes, connect with people who inspire you
Yeah.
and who believe in your potential.
Limit your exposure to those who drain your energy or reinforce those limiting beliefs.
Right, your mindset is influenced by the company you keep.
Yeah.
Choose wisely.
And one final tip that I found really helpful,
Yeah.
practicing gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
Take a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for.
It's a simple practice, but it can have a profound impact on your outlook.
It really can.
It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have,
Yeah.
which cultivates that sense of abundance and possibility.
And don't forget to celebrate your wins no matter how small.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Acknowledging your accomplishments that reinforces that growth mindset and keeps you motivated.
So remember, developing a growth mindset is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be ups and downs.
Yeah.
But the more you practice these strategies,
Yes.
the more natural and ingrained that mindset will become.
And as your mindset shifts,
Yeah.
you'll see your ability to achieve your goals, overcome obstacles, and create the life you desire. It just expands exponentially.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. So as we wrap up today's deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
I want to leave you with one question to ponder.
Yeah.
What is one area where you're going to apply a growth mindset this week?
It could be in your business, your finances, your relationships, or any other area of your life.
Just choose one area and commit to approaching it with that I can attitude.
You are capable of incredible things.
You are.
That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll catch you next time.